Hey guys, today's video we talk about how to stay on target on vacation. Hey everybody, Stephen Bogrand here, Pro Physique, and I am actually in Manhattan today. And because of the fact that I am out and traveling, I thought that a great topic to talk about today would be how to stay on track, continue to meet your fitness goals while out and about traveling. Not necessarily something just out of town, but maybe out of state. So I think one of the easiest ways to do that is, one, stick to things you're familiar with. Now, anytime you go out to eat, you can ask them to make sure that they don't cook with butter, they don't cook with oils, these sorts of things if you're getting something simple like chicken. So that's going to help to keep your fats manageable, and it's going to help keep your overall calorie intake down. Another option is to make sure that you stick close to veggies, right? Veggies are something that are very easy to manage. Again, ask for it without butter. I don't worry too much about seasoning. Salt's not a real big concern for me. As long as you're kind of within your normal salt intake, I think that that's a good place to be. Now, I think one of the things that a lot of people get into trouble with when they are out and about, they're traveling, is they start doing things that they wouldn't normally do, right? You don't normally get desserts. You start getting desserts at every other meal or every day. You wouldn't normally pick up hot dogs on the street. I'm going to pick up hot dogs on the street, right? So that's not something you would normally do. Things like hot dogs, high in fats, very easy to not be able to track that well. So those are just easy variables to manage, like the things that you don't normally do, right? So stay within your scope of with what you know. It makes things so much easier when it comes to tracking and sort of being able to manage what you're doing. So being able to have a good estimate, right? Because a lot of being out and about is about estimating what you're doing. Like, you don't have to be perfect, but if you can be close, that's good, right? We're looking for consistency over the long term. That's how we garner good results. So if we can be consistent and consistently be around the same point, even when we're traveling and variables are hard and they're tough to manage and a lot of things are out of our control, then we can still continue to stay closer to on point and actually hitting those goals and hitting those targets. So I think in terms of food, those are some easy ways to really keep things within arm's reach, right? Another easy way, something that I really like to do, is protein bars, like protein cookies, like simple things that you can get from the corner store that are going to be really easy to track. Like, you're in control, right? So even though you're not cooking them, and even though like you're still out, it's an easy thing to track. So while I'm out and about, a lot of what I do is going to be based on, like, I'm going to be eating protein bars for lunch. You know, it's not the best lunch, but it allows me to track, and it allows me to have a better idea of where I'm at, calorie-wise and even macronutrient-wise, so that I can work around that for if I want to go out to dinner, if I want to go get a street hot dog or something of the sort. So when you're talking about food, those are some really easy ways and some very simple things that you can do to help you to be successful throughout your trip. Another thing that a lot of people don't tend to pay attention to, but tend to do a very good job on, is being active throughout their trips, right? So right now I'm in New York. We're walking everywhere. Like, just that simple change. I don't do a lot of walking normally, not anymore at least. So like that increase in my non-exercise calories burned, my non-exercise activity, like that's all still extra calories burned. That gives you a little bit more leeway when it comes to hitting the right macros, right? So all that simple, very low intensity exercise, it's still active, you're still doing something, is one more way to help sort of mediate that change when you can't control every single variable. Now, I understand very well not every place is like New York where you can walk and do these things. However, if getting out, exploring, hiking, doing all these sorts of things, these are all other ways that you can be able to increase that activity level and increase your calorie expenditure throughout your trip. Now, not everybody wants to train, so this one doesn't work for everybody when they're on vacation. Some people want to go on vacation, forget about everything. For someone like me, that's not really an option. I train because I love it, I train because I enjoy it, and because it adds value to my life. So, number 3 on today's list of things that you can do to help stay on track during your vacation when you are out of town, out of state, out of country. Find a gym, train. Continue to train hard. If you're on plan, for example, right now, I am in meet prep. I'm about 2 months out from a meet. So I'm going to go in. I have a plan to follow. I have benching, I have deadlifting, I have rows. So there's a set plan for me. I am still going to go in the gym. I'm still going to get that work done. I'm still going to make it happen. So being accountable to your exercise as well. Remember, anytime you do muscle damage, that takes a lot of calories to rebuild muscle. So you have the EPOC, excess post-oxygen consumption, that oxygen debt that you have to repay. So there's calories right there. You also have the calories that you burn during exercise. Right? I'll be benching heavy, I'll be deadlifting heavy today. So those are other things that are going to help influence what I'm able to do with my diet and with my nutrition, with my food intake, that are going to allow me to continue to be successful. And number 4, and this one doesn't have anything to do with diet, nutrition, or training. Stay low stress. A lot of people, I will harp this till the day I die, don't pay attention to their stress levels. An easy thing to do to just help keep yourself in a good place is to de-stress, stay calm, enjoy your time out. So stress can be a big trigger for eating for a lot of people. And so if you are out of your element, you're stressed out, you are putting yourself in a position to where you can really backtrack on progress. So, number 5, and this is my last one for today. Last one. This is something I've done in preparation for this trip because I knew it was coming up. I reversed into the trip. So a lot of people tend to want to diet into a vacation. I want to look good in a bikini. I want to look good while I'm out and about. I want to be swole. I want to be shredded, whatever the case may be. But if you're going to put yourself in a situation where you are out of control of your diet, you're out of control of all these different factors, for these things that you can't handle when it comes to staying in shape and staying on target, one of the things that you can do is reverse into it. Really get to the point where you are eating as many calories as possible while maintaining your weight. So there's a big difference between if I'm maintaining my weight at 1,500 calories versus 3,000 calories. Now, if I overeat, it's not going to be as drastic. We're not going to see as much of an impact. Very simple, easy ways to be successful on vacation. And that's it. If you like the video, guys, please subscribe. Links somewhere on YouTube. I don't know. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend, a great Thursday. Talk to you soon.